Today's webinar came about as a result of a year-long project with the Prevention Resource Center and Dr. Harold Holder, who is from the Pacific Institute for Research and Evaluation. He is a scientist, and his work involves underage drinking and data, and how to use data to reduce underage drinking in communities.
Well, underage drinking is a problem all over. Do we have it in town of Riverhead? Yes, we do. Accidents. You find out that more people, young people, have accidents after they drink because their reflexes are slower and they're not alert.
So this webinar was a kind of wrap-up of what we have been doing for the past year with Dr. Harold Holder. It's part of our grant that we were awarded to implement environmental strategies into the Riverhead community to reduce substance abuse among our youth.
I was one of the founding members of Community Awareness Program, and we formulated it after there was this big headline in the paper that there was a drug problem in Riverhead. And so a number of individuals came together, and we decided that it was too large of a group to work on the problem. So several of us got together and we formed the Community Awareness Program. And we worked on the program for a number of years, trying to do the various trainings and things that we had decided. And then we decided it was too big for us to do that and do our own work at our own jobs too. So we decided to get a director of the program and have the program become its own entity.
Well, our organization, Riverhead Community Awareness Program, has been around for over 30 years, and we've mostly focused our interventions and programs and prevention strategies on school-based programs. We do a 2-year life skills program for 4th and 5th and 6th graders at Pulaski Street School. We have social workers in 3 of the schools in the Riverhead School District, and they provide prevention counseling as well as other prevention programs. But since 2006, we were prodded by New York State OASIS to go back to the coalition model, and in 2013 we received a Drug-Free Communities grant on behalf of our community coalition. So the coalition is now focusing on the environmental strategies in the community at large, and not just programs. We're trying to make long-term sustainable changes.
So environmental strategies are system-based approaches that actually change the environment of the community. So for example, policies are very effective environmental strategies. Say there's youth that are drinking on a public beach. If we enforce a strategy that restricts alcohol on these beaches, we're taking the alcohol out of the equation. So then these are evidence-based strategies that are proven more effective in public health.
Well, it's important for me to attend this meeting because I want to find out and I want to try to stop the children in the town of Riverhead from drinking or using alcohol or smoking. So this coalition meeting, which I belong to, is very important in giving us information. It gave us information about when we approve fairs, that we should start now having the fair check on age of children or adults when they start drinking.
Well, I think the most important thing with youth is that we need to, take into consideration their opinions, their factors, what they want to do, so that we can implement strategies that are fun for them and that reduce access to alcohol at the same time.
Well, I was one of the founding members of CAP. When I was a police officer. I was a police officer 20 years in this town. I've seen a lot of accidents with underage children drinking, the deaths that happen, the serious injuries that happen, and the fights that they get into after they start drinking. You pump yourself up. Alcohol pumps you up that you can beat anybody, and so you get in more fights. So these are the things that we're trying to stop.
You have to engage the community. We can't do it all on our own. It has to be everyone within the community working together to get everyone on board. And when you have the coalition involved and community members, it increases awareness and it just increases engagement overall.
Anything that's going on with CAP, I try to be a part of it because I think it's a very important piece in the Riverhead community to help our young people avoid getting themselves in trouble with drug and alcohol use.
Well, today's subject matter really is a wrap-up of the work we've been doing with Dr. Harold Holder, and we're going to use the tools that he's given us to continue the work after his contract is up with the Prevention Resource Center, and we're going to hope that today our coalition members will be more comfortable using these data-driven tools as well.
Today's meeting was great because we got an opportunity to look at different ways that we can approach prevention and approach it from a scientific way.
Prevention is important in substance abuse because substance abuse has become a huge public health problem in our nation, in Suffolk County, and right here in Riverhead. Substance abuse is 100% preventable with the appropriate environmental strategies, education, and awareness.
Prevention is very important because once you leave, if someone leaves the property or leaves the party or the fair, you're afraid that they may have an accident. This way, prevention, you can say they're going to go home and they're going to be safe.
So I hope that from this meeting, the attendees would become more engaged with the coalition and understand the problems that are, prevalent in the Riverhead community. We wanted to increase awareness about public health and about environmental strategies so everyone had a good understanding of them so that we could go forth and start working on implementing these environmental strategies with our coalition.
Well, local people are best at solving local problems, and communities support what they create. So when people get together and create solutions for the community that they live in, everyone wins. We see higher graduation rates, we see a reduction in crime, we see a reduction in violence, we see less litter, we see property values go up, we see businesses wanting to come here and open up new businesses and expand existing businesses. So everybody wins when the community comes together to prevent problems like underage drinking and prescription drug abuse.